what's a farm girl to do on her birthday but farm? Thought I'd give you a quick look around what happens in just one night. So as you can see, this is where we milk. This is my milking stall you have seen. It's a mess. This was hosed out yesterday. Now, I did leave this gate open this morning, so somebody came in here and had a little party. Sheep did too. So I'm getting ready to hose this out. Hey, Dolly girl, how are ya? Hi, baby. So I've spent most of the day with cows already. The day's about half over. Did my regular morning chores and milking and that. She's a sweet baby. She's a sweet mama. Yeah. Dolly's pregnant and due in about 2 months. I'm super excited about it. Super excited to see what kind of little baby she's got. She's bred using Jersey bull sexed semen through artificial insemination. So we should get a little heifer, little Jersey heifer. Should be fun. Not us, she's not ours, but I'm still excited nonetheless. I love hanging out with this girl. She's starting to get a little bit swollen under her udder down here. She's very swollen in the belly. Look at this belly. And her little udder's starting to swell just a little bit. Oh, she got ants on you, Mama. She's super sweet. Doesn't mind me messing with her at all. She actually likes scratches up in here. Sometimes she'll lift her leg for it. It's pretty funny. So she's a pretty chill mama cow. She's pretty good. The heat's been rough on all the cows. They're having a hard time keeping cool. We have a ditch that runs along the whole length of the property back that way. And in the hottest part of the afternoons, most of them are standing in that ditch. When cows can cool their feet, that helps regulate their body temperature, helps cool them down. And so that's where we keep finding them. Most of them are fine for that. It's no problem for me if they want to stand in the dirt or in the mud and in the water. Willow, though. Let me just show you. It's hot, Mama. You're panting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, young lady. You're such a pretty girl, though. So she's hot. She's having a hard time with this heat. She does not like it. I mean, they're all hot. They're all panting to some degree, but she seems to really be struggling with it. But you can see how low Willow's udder is here. Dolly needs to say hi. Hi, baby. You can see how low her udder is, and she keeps getting it nice and muddy. That just means extra cleaning before I milk her in the evenings. Don't step on your baby, okay? One thing I've been doing for them is running a water hose in their water trough so it overflows and has a continuous cooler water, so it's not just that baked water trough where it's constantly hot. They seem to appreciate that. I don't know. I mean, they're drinking from it just fine. So I've been hanging out with cows most of the day. We got a couple of our girls set up for breeding. So I wanted to talk for a minute about artificial insemination. We don't keep a bull here because we've done that before and we found it difficult. It is one more animal that we have to create separation space for, which is difficult. When we have heifers in heat, they are extremely hormonal and will do anything to get to the bull, and the bull will do anything to get to her as well. We once lost a heifer to a broken back because she broke through 2 fences to get to a bull. And that was kind of our first inkling of maybe this isn't for us, this whole bull thing. But we didn't know anything about artificial insemination at the time. These little girls are so loud, so noisy. And we just thought that's just the way of it. That's what happens sometimes. And while that is true, that is what happens sometimes, we wanted to just prevent any of those mishaps as much as we could. So we use artificial insemination with a very experienced tech and a couple of guys. And we got 2 of our girls set up with cedars today. Hi, lady. We're gonna look at her next. I got 2 of them set up with cedars. One of them got an extra shot just in case she's cystic. And we are gonna be breeding 3 of them in the next week or so, about 10 days. And then Willow there, who we're currently milking, I don't know how she dries off and what she does when she's pregnant. So I'm gonna wait a little bit and stagger our breedings of our milk cows so that we don't have a dry period. We might have a period where we don't have as much milk as we're used to when Dolly dries off, because she's such a high producing cow. So we might have like less milk. We just don't want to have no milk, because when you're feeding milk cows and you're not getting milk, it just stinks. It's like chickens. When you're feeding chickens and you're not getting eggs, it stinks. So this is our next girl. I also wanted to talk to you guys about her. This is Jane. You've seen Jane. She's noisy. This is Jane's mama, Mary. She's a sweetheart though. Yeah, and her baby, Ivy. So one thing with sheep that we have learned, they're much easier to keep than goats. I've been checking their FAMACHA scores, that's their eyes and their lips, and looking to make sure that they're good in pink and they're not anemic at all. But one thing we've noticed, we've had 3 lambings here at this farm now, and what happens when they lamb, you are a naughty girl. No. She just took stuff out of my pocket. I need that for your mama. As I was saying, their immune systems go down a little bit, and so that's a good time for any kind of ruminant animal. She's trying to get stuff out of my pocket again. Jane, stop it. She's a nibbler. That's a good time for ruminant animals to contract diseases, but parasites also. So what has happened is we've seen them get loose stool for the first 2 weeks or so, and then it levels out, their body picks up. They've been just fine. But this time with Jane, it was 3 weeks, and then it was 4 weeks, and she wasn't getting any better. So we did a poop test, looked at some of her fecal matter. It's really, really cool under a microscope with a friend who is more experienced in that. And we did Jane's poop. We also did one of our cows, Belle. And what we found were tape and barber pole. We expected to find something. All animals carry some kind of parasite load. This girl is so naughty, watch her. She's chewing on me and kicking me and all kinds of stuff. Anyways, so I've been treating the sheep like we would treat goats, but I've only had to do it, I think, once since we've been keeping sheep, and that's in 2 years. So a lot easier than goats, where we had to treat like every 10 to 12 weeks. And what I'm doing for Jane, she's already had a dose about 10 days ago, so we're gonna repeat. This is what Ivy's trying to take out of my pocket. We're using Safeguard paste. It's 1 cc per 10 pounds. I'm gonna treat her as if she's 100 pounds. I don't think she's quite that much, but you never wanna underdose. And I'm also gonna use Quest Plus. So this is 1 cc per 50 pounds. These are wormers from 2 different classes to get 2 different kinds of worms. And we're doing them 10 days apart because those eggs, we can kill parasites, but not eggs necessarily. So those eggs might have hatched if they were in her intestinal tract, and we want to make sure that we want to get those new young parasites also. I've already seen an improvement in her poop. It looks normal now, so I'm confident that this will take care of it, and she shouldn't have any more issues. I'm going to go ahead and give her the second dose. She's going to be fine for the first one, and then the second one, she's going to be on to me and not want to do it. So we'll see how that goes. Come here, she's a good girl. So this just goes in her mouth. Oh, good girl. Oh. She's not going to be happy about it, but it's good for her. She's okay. She's gonna shake her mouth a little bit. She's gonna poop out of protest. Hi, babies. So I'm only doing her. She's the only one that seemed to have an issue. We are not a farm who treats all the time on a schedule just because it's been 3 months, it's been 6 months, whatever. It's time to treat. We don't treat without cause because that just leads to resistance, either antibiotic resistance if you're over medicating with antibiotics, or anti-parasitic resistance. You know, the parasites become resistant to whatever it is that you're using in abundance of. So we only treat when necessary, and that goes for all of our animals. I have to wash jars again. It's a never-ending job. At least every other day I have to wash jars. Look what my son brought me for my birthday. Isn't it beautiful? So pretty. He did good. Such a good boy. He also got me one of these fabric water hoses that is kink free, so I'm going to see how it works out. Look at these pretty zinnias. These are those candy cane striped zinnias. There's a yellow and red. I love these. So pretty. It's stretchy too, so it's supposed to stretch to 50 feet. Let's give it a try. There are so many zinnias coming up right here. And this, I don't know what this vine is. Planted it, I'm sure. I don't know what it is though, but it's a dark purple vine. It's beautiful. Okay, I do like the nozzle, but it is a little rough for seedlings. I've got some seeds germinating that just came up that it's a little rough for. So I'm gonna take this end off and use the other nozzle he bought me. So it really is a no kink hose. I tried to kink it to take that off. It doesn't kink. Awesome. I guess I gotta turn the water off. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is different. This is called a pocket hose. I really like it, but let's see if I like it better with a regular nozzle. So the pressure behind the little nozzle that comes with a pocket hose is great for getting water across the garden, but it's too much for seedlings. So this is gonna work better for us. Regular old little shower action. So here's the roselle. Something's volunteering right here. I think that's marigolds, which would make sense because I have this big, beautiful marigold right here. I absolutely love when the garden gets established enough that you start getting regular volunteers come up. So even flower volunteers, you are welcome to stay. I will encourage you. Sometimes I'll have to move them, but I will definitely do everything I can to encourage the volunteer plants. I have a ground cherry that volunteered this year. I'll show it to you here in a minute. And I didn't plant any ground cherries this year, so it was nice that it came up. I just want to show you the overwhelm that I'm facing. Yeah, it's just a walkway, but oh my gosh. It creeps in to where, look at the grass in the box. Look at the grass in that box. All right, I gotta water my rabbits over there. So this is a ground cherry plant, and you can see that it grows these little fruits within a husk. And when they're ripe, they fall off. They fall to the ground. Here's some empty husks. So when they fall, you know they're ripe. That's why they call them ground cherries. Now sometimes these guys fall off prematurely before they are ready. Like this one feels very small. You just tear these husks open. This one's still a little small and green. I'm gonna try it anyways. Yeah, it's not delicious. This one though, a little dirt. This one looks more ripe. Okay, when they get golden like this, these I believe are pineapple ground cherries. They turn this yellow color. Open the husk and pull it out. They have about 12 million little seeds, tiny, but they're so good. This one is dark inside, I can see, yeah. So bugs got this one. It looks like. But I thought I could show you. Look at all those little seeds. I'm just gonna drop it right here, and maybe it will volunteer again next year. This one's half eaten. This one just fell off prematurely. I think it's still green, it's not quite ready. Still not bad though. So that is the ground cherry. Oh, there's more, there's more. I could let the green ones ripen on the ground there, or maybe carry them inside so the bugs don't get them. But if I left them here, the bugs are gonna get them. They're so good. I love the ground cherries. They're fairly new to me. I haven't been growing them for a very long time, but I do love them. The bunnies, I just moved them over where they could get some more grass. Now there's chicken wire on the bottom of their little tractor there. So, you know, they have to pick at it to get the grass. So I like to always throw some on top as well and give them some easier forage. I'll throw some Biden's alba I'm gonna pick, some, what else? Some grapevines, some kale, and I just pull random stuff out of the garden here and feed to them. And they also get some pellets. I'm just out today, so I have to run down to the store. Look at this. I had thrown them green bean plants that still had some beans on them, I guess, because they won't eat the actual legume part of the bean. They just like the leaves and the stems, and these are volunteering. This is where their little cage was not that long ago. Next, I have a dozen eggs to deliver to a small business in town that I have to go visit anyways. That's pretty much it. Regular chores still get done on birthdays too. So I am finishing up by milking Willow. I'm not hand milking like I intended to do every evening since I'm just milking her. My hands are sore, so I'm giving myself a night off for my birthday. Other than that, it's been a pretty normal day. Chores, laundry, cooking dinner, made a dessert. That's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope y'all have a great day yourselves, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.